Hello, everybody. My name's JDiedenhofer. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's been a while. I have decided to revamp my channel, bring back the movie reviews, opinions, lists, all the movie, theater, and film content. I wanted to get back into it, and I wanted to start today. I've been watching a lot of movies lately. I do a podcast with my buddy. If you don't know about that, that'll be linked down below. You can check that out. We do weekly movie podcast, just talking about the weekly releases, what we watched, movie news, all that good fun stuff. But today, I'm really excited to start. This is an interesting movie to start off the first revamp video with. But I'm really excited to talk about. We're going to be talking about Sydney Sweeney's Immaculate, which came out in theaters today nationwide, and I was able to watch it. And I want to give my thoughts. So let's get right into it. Um, this is a really awesome movie overall. I really enjoyed it. I think it plays very well into the horror tropes. I do think it is a little slow to get through. That's my main criticism of this. The first 45 minutes to an hour is a lot of, I wouldn't say cheap jump scares, but it is a lot of manufactured jump scares just to kind of get you into the mood, to the feeling of it. And I really want to kind of see that story progress, as the story doesn't really progress very heavily and very fast until about the last half or the third act, about last half hour, 45 minutes, give or take. Um, but for what it's worth, with that being my really big main only criticism with the overall film, I loved how it was shot. It was gorgeously shot. I was very surprised. I wasn't expecting anything of like a really high technicality here. Obviously, people are making movies; they want to make it the best that they can be. But for a horror film like this, my expectations were not that, to say the least. So I was very surprised about how great it looked. The production design, for the convent, for the different churches, for all the little catacombs and stuff, that the little things that you see throughout the convent. It was really cool to see how much dedication and work they put in. Uh, it looked really like spot on. It was beautiful. It was lit gorgeously. It's just that's the main highlight of this movie for me, is that it looks great. It really does look great. Growing up Catholic, for me, I a lot of the story really not resonated, but kind of struck a more interesting chord with me than I feel like maybe other maybe non-Catholic people would do, and that's not a bad thing. I just, growing up Catholic, learning about basically what this whole movie, the commandments, the Immaculate Conception, that sort, learning about it, and then kind of seeing this interesting twist of play on God, the horror like atmosphere. It was really cool to see, and I really loved the concept of this movie wholeheartedly. I just think it could have been done a whole lot better. Um, for the progression of the movie, because like I said, that last act is really cool. Has a lot of cool reveals. I just wish there was a little more oomph to the overall movie. If you can, that's my main point. It's just kind of hard when this is an R-rated film, but it doesn't really heavily lean into that. There is gore. There's some really cool kills and imagery within the horror aspect of this, but it doesn't, like I said, really doesn't pop up until the good, really cool stuff until the last 15, 20 minutes. So it's kind of just waiting to see if it'll pick up the whole movie. That was my main thing, of just, it kind of felt slow, of just when is this going to kind of kick in the gear. I get the whole ambience, something's going on here, but let's kind of like pick it up a little bit. And it does pay off a little bit, but I was really wanting more from what I thought I was getting through the beginning. I thought there's a lot more stuff we didn't know possibly happening, going on, and what we end up with is not necessarily great, but I don't think it's a bad thing either. Um, it's just one of those things that I wish more thoughts were paid attention to the script and given more development and overall better beats to get to that final act, that final reveal. Sydney Sweeney, actually, I've been saying this. I'll link my Letterboxd also in the description. I've been saying this in a lot of reviews that seen her in lately since Euphoria, and that I wasn't really sure if she could like act. I think she can act well, very good for Euphoria. I think she's great on Euphoria, but I was still unsure of her potential and what she could really do based on the past couple films I've seen her, like major releases like Anyone But You and Madam Web especially. I couldn't really judge her performances just based off of the content and script that was given, which wasn't a detriment to her. But this script, even though I have my faults with it for the overall story, really lets her shine, and I think she does incredibly well here. Um, that was like, besides the overall expectations of horror, my main thing going into this was to see how well she could lead. Um, one, a horror movie. She hasn't done a horror movie, and two, if she can really, bring that power, bring that scare, that scream queen sort of aspect to it. I know not a lot of people like that, but the overall just the vibe that you have to bring to a horror movie and the resilience. And she brought it full heartedly. A lot of cool things that I think she's used in other films and a lot in Euphoria pop up a lot here, and I think she does very well in the big moments. Where it's all on her, the fights, the gore, the what she has to face. It's really really surprising for me how great she was in this, and it's kind of changed my mind a lot on her. And I'm really excited to see what she does next because this was produced by her. Uh, by her. And she originally auditioned for this movie way back when, didn't get picked for it. It kind of got lost. She got more famous. She wanted to revisit it, and her production company was able to produce it, and she starred in it. So if she's able to pick stuff out like this, where she can really show her talents and shine and just be who she wants to be, I think that's going to go a long way for her in her career with the projects she chooses. And obviously, it's a good stepping stone here, and she's on the right direction with this for her career, I think, wholeheartedly. Um, but overall, I think besides that, a lot of the other characters weren't really easy to get into. They kind of felt forced, some of them, some of the exposition. But overall, I do think that you should absolutely see this movie in theaters if you're a horror fan. I gave it 3 stars, 68 out of 100. I really overall enjoyed it, but I thought it could have been done better and more overall could have been done for the story. It's just really hard to see something that's like so close to being really, really good, at least for me, and just barely falling short of getting into that good to great territory. Um, but yeah, I wish it was a little bit better, but my expectations were I was I'm surprised how much I liked it based on how I felt going into it. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts about Immaculate down in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications. Really helps out me and the channel, and you'll get notified every time I post a review or movie related content. Once again, like I said in the beginning, I'll have the links to my Letterboxd, my movie podcast with my buddy Mitchell, and all my other socials down in the description below. So thank you guys for watching this review, and hope you all have a good one. Thanks.